evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone arena action. I've heard some feedback. People were enjoying the videos of me getting absolutely smashed in the arena. And you know, it's interesting how success or failure depend in large part on your expectations. I mean, if you think that 6 wins is good in the arena, which it is, it gives a pretty good amount of gold, and you're beating a big percentage of the player base to get there, then my winner or lose runs have been good. I've been going 9-6-0-6. But if you consider 7 the minimum range for success, then I've had a little bit of a rough streak. So we've played Paladin and Priest quite recently. Let's go ahead and grab Rogue. And I'll always remember to turn down my volume here. Alright, kicking things off with a nice epic here. Even though rogues are quote-unquote aggressive, one of the weaknesses of the rogue class is that there aren't a lot of big creatures for rogues to play. Rogues don't have any common creatures that are big. Really, rogues don't have any big creatures. I think the only, like, big-ish creature that rogues get as a class card is the Kidnapper, which is like an epic or a rare, and it's actually got like pretty crappy stats. It's the thing that combo return a minion to its owner's hand. So it's nice to get this epic here. It can sometimes just randomly win you the game. Alright, so what do we got here? I think I'll be probably passing on this Tiger and grabbing either a Silence or this Taunt. Now, in my olden times, I would have thought it was crazy to take this Taunt, but I'm just really learning to value Taunt more and more as I play. There have just been so many games I've been looking at in my channel where it's like, you don't kind of realize it as it's happening, but like later on, it's like, wow, I would have lost if I didn't have that Taunt. Now, this is a mediocre Taunt, but he's surprisingly good sometimes. I mean, the real problem that he runs into is when you're up against a 3-3 for 3 mana, then they just own this guy. But if you're not getting owned, he's pretty solid. So the question is, do I take him or do I take this Owl? I'll take him because the Owl, I hate the body. I'll hold out for a Spellbreaker, and I'll grab a Taunt here just to make sure we have a Taunt at the 3 mana mark. Alright, I'm not going to take the Ooze. I know I've been playing fast and loose with that. This is essentially a 3 mana, deal 3 damage. I'm okay with that, and I'll grab it. We saw a previous arena where I actually lost to Conceal. Really hardcore. I'm going to try it over the Acolyte of Pain and see how it goes. The Iron for a Grizzly, I've expounded numerous times on my love for this card. It's a very, very solid taunt in my opinion, and quite underrated. This is a bit of a tricky pack, so Cold Blood I haven't really had a whole lot of luck with. It usually just ends up being like a great card to finish off your opponent with. It doesn't work so well during the game. Sap can be very irritating for your opponent, but it can also be totally useless. We'll grab this. I mean, you got your dagger out, right? This is basically a 3-3 for 2 mana. I mean, solid aggressive creature. Alright. Oh god. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. This is just, I think, an unplayable card. This guy is kind of good sometimes if you're super aggressive, I guess, but otherwise he's just terrible. I'll try Shadow Step, although I'm not super thrilled about it. Currently, I don't have any combos. This is a bunch of really good cards. Eviscerate, I think, is the best of these, because it can deal damage to your opponent, and it deals the most damage total per card. At 4 damage for 2 mana is pretty great. Although Fan of Knives is fantastic, I would happily have taken it over this Shadow Step. Here we have a bunch of good rares all in one pack, and the choice is, I think, very clear. You got to take the Gadgets and Auctioneer here as a rogue with your Shadow Step and Conceal. Hopefully picking up some Backstab later. There will be a lot of ways to trigger that card draw. Oh, no, this is not good. I don't think I can take this. I think I'm going to have too many, or I'm going to be playing out too much stuff here to be able to play this regularly, but this guy is just terrible. And this is a 3-3 for 3 that I currently don't have any combo with, and might actually help my opponent. You know, I have to take this, though. I mean, it's the only playable card here. I really just don't want to use up one of my late-game creature slots for this thing that I might not even be able to play. Okay, well, Sprint is nifty and all, but I'm going to take Shiv. This is just really nice. Deal 1 damage, draw a card. It's just great for 2 mana. I'll pass on another Owl, grab Fan of Knives. I do love that card quite a lot. Shiv, another one or another Iron for a Grizzly? Now, that is a question for the ages. I think it's important to grab this Taunter while I can. I'm actually not really getting enough cards. This is just a really awkward, weird draft. I am almost halfway through. I have nothing at 4 or up. Oh man, am I really going to take a War Golem? This is not a good card. It's bad value for the stats that you're getting. I don't like the Panther though either though. And Shadow Step, I really don't have. I don't think I have enough comboing with it to even warrant taking one of them, let alone two. Okay, I guess we're taking the War Golem here in case nothing big ever comes up. Very tricky pick here. Blade Flurry can sometimes get you out of bad situations, but I actually have no Assassin's Blades or Deadly Poisons, so at the moment it can only work with the hero ability, which is just 1 damage to everything, and it kind of sucks. We'll take this guy. He's a little bit more direct removal than Abomination. I hate throwing this down on just like praying your opponent doesn't have a silence. Alright, well the Defiance Ringleader is nifty, but I think you have to take Eviscerate here. That's just a really premium removal spell. We're getting another 3-drop? No, I'm going to take the Argent Squire, drop this on turn 1, use the Rogue Dagger to finish off things that have 2 health. That can be nice. Alright, well we need some big plays. This is like an Iron for a Grizzly. Basically it's the same thing. It'll usually cost 1 less because you're going to have your dagger out. Ugh, I think I have enough of those. Let's start taking some bigger creatures here. We need to make sure we have those. Okay, so what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 kind of large creatures, so the Ravenhold Assassin could be nice. But the Knife Juggler is really solid as well. Okay, we'll try to be more aggressive. We'll have a few things at the end of the curve here, but we'll try to make a more aggressive deck. It's just kind of coming out that way. I don't think I can avoid it. Abomination's nice, but Perdition's Blade is just so freakishly good. It hurts. Here we'll take the Defiance Ringleader for those coin potentials, and we'll take another one because those cards are bad. Alright, well if we're going to play aggressive, Wind Fury Harpy might not be the worst thing, because it deals 8 damage when it attacks. So the Wind Harpy is great as long as you don't actually care about running into other creatures. Now another aggressive card is Cold Blood, which you could drop on an early creature and deal, 4 damage at least for 1 mana, and maybe more if you're lucky, so it's kind of like a gambler's card. I think I'll take this over the mediocre late game creature, because the Cold Blood's a lot of damage, and then the Wind Fury Harpy's not super great. Okay, well, I don't want to take this mediocre late game card. I mean, he's big, he's tough to kill, and spell damage could be nice with, like, my Fan of Knives, for example. But, well, what else am I taking here? This guy to go. This is a combo with Cold Blood. He'll deal 12 damage. Do I want to go for that potential, or just take the safer pick here and have outs against weapons? Let's go ahead and grab the Ooze. Okie dokie. I could take the random beast. Do I want another War Golem? I really don't want any more War Golems. Sprint could replenish my hand if we get to a desperate times. Yeah, let's take 1 sprint. Let's have 1 sprint in the deck just in case. Oh, everything is good and everything good's in one place. Well, I think we have to take this. These are fine 3-drops, but I have a lot of 3-drops. Let's take the Assassin's Blade and make sure we have that. Do I take another Cold Blood? How many cards do I have that are 5 mana or more? 1, 2, 3, 5 mana, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be 8 cards in my deck that are 5 or more. This guy can be good, because obviously then it turns your dagger into like a 3 damage thing, which is quite awesome. Or I could go for Ultra Aggression and take another Cold Blood. No, let's take the creature here. How did I end up with no 4 mana creatures? What is going on? Well, here's one. Let's grab that. And the Youthful Brewmaster, do I have any combos with that? I mean, the Charger could be a combo. Not really. I mean, this is sort of a combo. Yeah, I could like pop him back into my hand and play him back, get another 2/1. I guess that's a combo. I have so much 2-drops. No, we need a little bit more at the 4 mana level here. And then we'll take the Pint-Sized Summoner. Am I? I mean, I have so many 2-drops. Am I really going to get value out of this? I could. Then on turn 3, I could play like a 2-drop and another 2-drop. Okay, we'll take that over the Violet Teacher. Well, hang on. Let's do a quick count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kind of 8, but we'll say 7 spells. I'm going to trust my instincts. Forget this Pint-Sized Summoner. We'll take the Violet Teacher. I need some bigger bodies in this deck. So I have plenty of early game. Hopefully, my draws won't suck, and I'll be able to get kind of win the opening and put my opponent in a situation where he has to, hope I miss a beat or, otherwise catch up. And then I've got a pretty reasonable number of late game cards as well, so I should be able to hang on in there with the potential to draw a sprint if things quiet down to replenish my hand. I believe that's my only card draw. I did pass on a couple of Acolytes. Taking a Conceal instead of an Acolyte might have been a weird decision. Eric, 20,100. I am first. Why am I first? Well, the Defiance Ringleader is still fine. It's just, now it's going to be coming out like on turn 3 as opposed to coming out on turn 1, which is unfortunate. So I have to make a very interesting decision here. Let's go ahead and actually see what I get. I can play the Argent Squire in turn 1, obviously, but what I could also do is hold on to it, just play this on turn 2, and then on turn 3 I could play this, Defias Ringleader. Let's actually do that, just to make sure I can combo this guy out. I think that has more upside than just playing the Argent Squire in turn 1. Okay, slight change of plans here. Since my opponent just threw a creature in front of my dagger, I will do that. I doubt my opponent would have played this had my Argent Squire been on the board, so I kind of inadvertently gave myself a little bit of card advantage here. I will hold on to this dagger because I would like to be able to play the Bloodsail Raider and have that work. Actually, my turn 4 play is looking really good. Bloodsail Raider for 2 mana, combo out Eviscerate, seems good. My opponent has nothing on turn 2, he just had to the turn 1 play. So now we can do this. We can play the Argent Squire, combo out the Ringleader. Well, whatever. Hold on to the dagger to buff up the Bloodsail Raider next turn. 3/3 for 2 mana. Yes, please. And see what my opponent can do for 3 mana. You know what would be really great here for him, for her? Cone of Cold. That would kill this, pop the Divine Shield, freeze this. It would just... Cone of Cold, man. If you play mages and you've been passing on Cones of Cold, you haven't lived. You haven't lived, my friend. Now, my opponent's only played 1 card this game, the Leper, and my opponent hasn't used the coin yet either. I think. Yep, there's the coin to finish off my Defias. Ouch, that sucks. So my opponent gave me nothing to eviscerate, which is a real damn shame. Luckily for me, I could play this for 3/3, or I could play this for 3/3. Well, let's do this actually. The reason is that I can now attack with my dagger and remake my dagger. So, I had a use for the mana there. And I don't really need the taunt at the moment. So next turn with 5 mana, I can drop this guy and then combo out the Eviscerate. That will kill most 4 drops. Some, like the Yeti, will also require me to throw in my Argent Squire. Wow, Frost Nova, why? Frost Nova is better later in the game. Ice Lance, I see. So the Frost Nova was so that she could Ice Lance that guy, I see. Generally, Frost Nova is better later, so that you can still, do stuff with your mana. Well, here, I still don't need the guy or the Eviscerate, so we're just going to do this. And let's actually swing with the dagger. The reason is, if this guy gets enraged, I'll regret having 1 less durability, but I also have plenty of mana and nothing to spend it on. My opponent's like, nope, I'm not going to play creatures. I'm just going to keep playing spells and killing your stuff. So as long as my opponent chooses to do that, these Eviscerates are useless, and so I'll always have kind of 2 mana floating around to rebuild my dagger. It is nice that I'm drawing some of my creatures. If this were like some kind of random removal spell, I'd be in serious trouble. Because I'd have Fan of Knives, Eviscerates. Ah, there it is. It's going to turn on my Enrage. Interesting choice, for sure. Very interesting choice. Sea Giant. Can I play that? Yeah, nope, not quite. Okay, what we're going to do... Mace Strike is a little bit odd, but I'm actually going to just Eviscerate this thing. And the reason for that is... I want to be hitting my opponent with my crazy dagger here. I don't want to be taking 4 damage to the face. Yeah, we'll make a dagger next turn. That's fine. We'll just play the Taunting Bear now. So next turn, I'll make a dagger, swing for 3, if this guy's still around, of course. 3, 6, 10, 11. I mean, that's kind of crazy, taking that much damage against a rogue. This is up to 15. My opponent's like 1 turn away from death here. Archrage, alright. Well, I'm actually pretty happy to see that, to be honest. Flame Strike kills everything I've got. Conceal does not help against Flame Strike, so we will not be doing that. I could play this, which survives Flame Strike. Then I can't make my dagger. Oh, no, I wish I hadn't swung with that dagger that one time. I think this is more important, because this survives Flame Strike. And I'll just ignore his thing. Now, what I could do is conceal my minions. Flame Strike would still hurt this, but then he wouldn't be able to finish it off. Then I could Fan of Knives. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is right. This is totally the right move. So, quick thing if you didn't know. When you have a taunting creature with stealth, which is rare but can happen, the taunting is not in effect. So this Archmage will just swing past me. Now, there's no way this mage can kill me from 25 health. Flame Strike is the only way to deal damage to the Sea Giant. It will still live at 4 health, and then it could attack for 8, taking my opponent down to 3. Pen and Knives plus Eviscerate will then finish my opponent off. Now, if my opponent doesn't Flame Strike, Cone of Cold is not usable because nothing is targetable, but Blizzard would freeze my team, and Frost Nova would freeze my team. So here's where Frost Nova would be great. You Frost Nova, everything freezes, and you essentially canceled out my Conceal, because the Conceal only lasts till the next turn. Nope, you cannot target my guy, I'm afraid, with that Polymorph that you've got. Sorry. It actually pointed at her for a second, which makes me think that was actually a fireball. Yeah, look at that. Papa Boris calls him like a pro. So my opponent's going to get me down to 14 health. This is like one of the worst feelings in the world when the rogue... wow, I'm glad that rogue killed... You know what? I'm glad that rogue beat me with Conceal. So that I now understand how good that is. Because it's so frustrating when it's like, man, if you just didn't have that stupid Conceal, I could kill all your shit. But instead I can kill none of your shit. How frustrating. Alright. That was a good win. That was a really, really solid win. I'm glad I drafted that Smith. Played 20 minions that cost 5 or more. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a tricky one. Now, luckily, I play pretty much every day, so I don't think my daily quests will fill up before I can finish that one, but this deck is not going to help me very much with that quest, I don't think. Oh man, that was a darn good game. As always, I will do 2 games in this first video. And then if you like how the arena is going, you can check out the rest of the games in an upcoming video. And if you have less time to watch me, then you just watch the draft and saw how it plays, and that's fine as well. Fredo510. Wow, lots of numbers here. Okay, let's see what I get here. Eviscerate. Well, I just cannot possibly pass the Perdition's Blade. This just answers so many threats. But I will, crazy as it seems, pass an Eviscerate, because I've got removal. And I want to maximize my odds of getting a Defiance Ringleader since I am second. Of course, no such luck. Alright. Eviscerate, there it is. So do I want to play the Knife Juggler on turn 1? Well, if I play it on turn 1, it'll be here ready to trade with something my opponent might play on turn 2. But I can't do anything on turn 2 myself, unfortunately. Except, like, Eviscerate something? Maybe I could Eviscerate something. Keep on swinging, but then... Yeah, you know what? You know what I've noticed? I've noticed that I'm a little bit too passive using my coin. I kind of have this rule of thumb of like, don't use the coin if there's something to do on the next turn. But I think I need to expand my definition of what do on the next turn is. Like if I've got stuff to, you know, remove, or like a dagger to make, it's a fair play. Okay, my opponent got to use Shadow Word Pain. I'm fine with that. Happy to play this Ooze out. That was a perfect draw because priests don't have weapons. Unless, of course, they thought steal them from you. I'm not going to play around that. And so, you know, starting to deal damage for 3 a turn can be totally fine. Just having something to trade with his creatures also fine. Very little at 3 mana survives this. Interesting. Okay, well, there's a couple of options here. So one would be actually to play the Iron for a Grizzly and then swing by with the Ooze. Now, the reason I would do that is I'm gambling my opponent doesn't have removal. So if there's no way for a creature to die, this Flesh Dingle can't get big. Even if it does get big, it has to turn into my bear. So worst case scenario, they trade. Best case scenario, I just own the crap out of this ghoul. Now, the other option is to play Perdition's Blade, deal a damage to this, no combo, and then just swing at it, and then kill it. But then I'm not putting a creature on the board, so yeah, we'll do this. This is the, perhaps we can say, greedier play. This has a bigger upside than just merely having a weapon in my hand and killing the ghoul. Alright, now I have lots of removal myself, so what I'm really hoping is my opponent plays creatures. I don't want him to play removal. I want him to play stuff like that. That's great. That is all totally fine. No Probalo here from Papa Boris. Okay, so how do we handle the situation? It's actually a little bit awkward, I think. But I believe it can be done. Let me think. I could... I hate playing something just to, like, and wasting the effect just to, like, activate combo. Let me think. So if I play Conceal and Eviscerate, that would be 3 of my mana. This thing would go down to a 1-1, but then I don't have quite enough mana to make a dagger. and finish it off. If I play Conceal and Perdition's Blade, I can deal 2 damage to this, smack it down, still at 1 health. Ugh, that's annoying. Actually, I don't have a good answer to this. This is actually too much health for me to be able to deal with. Whoops! Okay, I could swing with the Ooze, Shadow Step to activate combo, bring the Ooze back, eviscerate this. Oh no, I can't do it. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna swing on by. I'm going to Conceal. Perdition's Blade. And swing. So the reason for that move was, with this guy, these guys in stealth, my opponent can't heal the light spawn and kill the bear with it, so the bear is guaranteed to live another turn. And then, with luck, I'll be able to do something good with my creatures. Well, the Fen Creeper is a pretty strong card. My opponent's trying to attack me and can't. The good news is he wasn't actually able to, heal this, because he played this thing out. So I'm kind of in an awkward spot. I have only 5 mana, so I cannot play this guy. But I could actually play Shadow Step on my bear. I'm doing such weird things this game. I can play Shadow Step on my bear, hit the Fen Creeper,
The light shall burn you.
eviscerate the... Yeah, alright, we're gonna do this, I think. Gonna Shadow Step my bear. Gonna eviscerate this thing. Gonna smack it with my blade. Gonna kill off the light spawn. This is really important so it doesn't come back. And I can combo that out and I can do this. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. But okay, so Holy Nova kills almost everything except for my bear. And then I have him out of cards somehow. So then he'll probably just lose the game. So I'd really like to trade my creatures into his creatures before they all die to Holy Nova. Northshire Cleric. That needs to die yesterday. Oh, please don't have anything else. I can't complain too much. I'm lucky my opponent didn't have Holy Nova. Mind Vision to get my Silver Moon Guardian. Well, honestly, considering how I've been Mind Visioned before, and we've seen it on this channel, folks, that is not the end of the world. Okay, Sea Giant. We're 2 turns away from Mind Control. Sure, that needs to go down. Can I actually play this? It will become a... Oh, I'm 1 mana short. Okay, so we're going to play this. We're going to trade this away. Again, I'm trying to trade things away because I want to make sure that when Holy Nova hits, it's not a big deal. Gonna make a dagger. I don't want to hit the Northshire Cleric with this bear because, again, it'll die to Holy Nova. So I'm actually going to do this instead. Swing, swing, swing. Okay. Now, if my opponent has... basically, it's a win-win. If my opponent waits to Mind Control this, I get to attack for 8 damage. Oh, 1 swing with that is all I need. If my opponent doesn't have Mind Control and uses Shadow Word Death, then he can't Mind Control it. So, I really am doing just fine. Looks like he's got the Shadow Word... Oh, no! That's... Shit, that's so good. Oh, my God. That is a disaster. That is so bad for me, I can't even take it. Violent Teacher. Well, we can't play both of these because I'm 1 mana short. I will use... Let me think. 3, 5, 7, 8, down to 11. I can't raise my opponent out. I need to... Crap. I need to do this. So we'll hedge our bets a little bit. Swing. Swing. Let's play this guy. Problem with this daggering business is the rogue can heal faster than the rogue can deal damage with the dagger. So if I don't have quote-unquote real creatures, I'm just totally boned. My opponent has 4 cards on the screen. I have 4 cards on the screen. Well, we'll see how good his cards are, I guess. But yeah, that Big Game Hunter. God damn it. Big Game Hunter. That's an epic, right? Yeah, that's an epic. God, I mean, if it had been a Shadow Word Death and he hadn't put a creature on the board, I would have been okay with it. But a Big Game Hunter was a disaster right there. Ugh. Alright, he's going to pop off my Divine Shield. He's going to kill my bear and heal his Yeti so that I can't kill off the Yeti easily. Alright. You do that. You do that. What have we got here? Assassin's Blade? That's a pretty good blade. God, why am I always a mana short? So I can put the Assassin Blade on and just ignore my opponent's stuff. Swing for 3, 5. 5 plus 3 is 8 damage, down to 5 health. You can heal back up to 7 health. And kill both of my creatures. It's not going to work. Oh, God. Okay. What we're going to do, though, I think I'm going to play this anyway. We'll just kill this creature for free. And then we'll ignore the Yeti. And pass the turn. Now, do not click your hero ability. That will cause your weapon to be destroyed. And you'll be very sad. Oh no, that's gonna hurt. Ah, crap. I don't think I ever took any silence, did I? I have to get my Eviscerate or I'm screwed. Wow. Well, that's a pretty good card right there. Gotta admit. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. Glad I drafted it. Do I trade this Yeti? Nope, we're gonna go for it. We are going to go for it here. So my opponent absolutely has to heal himself right now and kill both of my creatures, which he actually can do, but not super profitably. He'll lose the Divine Shield. Actually, no, he can do it just fine. He can basically pop Divine Shield there, trade there. He's got a 3/3 to my nothing. And 2 cards, and then he can also heal. Yeah, I don't think I can do this. So he heals back up to 5, I swing him down to 2, he heals back up to 4. I swing him down to 1, he heals back up to 3, and then my Assassin's Blade is done. Ah, nuts. That's bad. I might have to Assassin's Blade the Silver Moon Guardian after his Divine Shield is popped and hope that these 2 cards are not as good as the Violet Teacher and what I'm about to draw, but then he drew that thing, so shit. Oh, ball sacks. Oh my god, I forgot that priests can do that. Do I have anything? I don't think I have any silence. Oh god, I really don't think I have silence. I don't think I have anything that can deal with this and let me swing at my naked opponent. Ah, oh, damn it. Blood Accelerator. Well, that's cute and all. Let's do this. Oh, if only this had charge, that would be pretty great. As it is, these creatures can just trade. Do I want to swing at this Lord? No, because the priest can just heal it. So we're going to pass a turn. My odds of winning this game are extremely small. Very, 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 very small. Pretty much non-existent. But maybe I'll get something. Ugh, I'm trying to think what I could possibly get. Have a Cold Blood in here. I really shoot. You know, I never took any owls. Oh my god, did I? No, I took this over a pint-sized summoner. Well, I'm glad I did that at least. But I took some other stuff over the owls, so I don't have any way to block the silence. And I didn't take sap. Oh, sap would be perfect. That would also have been good. Maybe I should have taken that so I'd have an out. I can't remember now what I took instead of sap. Okay, I'll see what my opponent has to play here. 3 health with an Assassin's Blade. You know, Blade Flurry would have been good. Although when I saw the Blade Flurry, I didn't have any weapons at the time, so I can't blame myself for not taking it. So he's killing the 5/3. That's smart, because, you know, it could have killed his Taunter. Ah, yes, the Murloc War Leader. That is right. Of course. Well, I think we have to do that. I think we have to play this. So my opponent, in theory, can't kill me yet. Ah, priests and their healing. It is pretty good. Man, this game was really weird. Those early turns with the comboing and stuff. I might have just not found the optimal way of doing that stuff, and that could be the reason. But then the big game hunter, man, that thing was just bonker nuts. Bonker nuts. Spiteful Smith, that's a good card. He's not enraged just yet, though, so we can't get too excited. Let's go ahead and kill the thing that hits harder. Remake my dagger and pass it. I guess it's possible I'll win. My opponent does have 2 cards. These could be like something very terrible. I don't know what it would be like. Divine Spirit. I guess that would be pretty bad. I really actually want to just run into a creature and get it enraged. Oh, mind control! Touche, sir. Too frickin' shay. Well, now I'm just boned. I really can't think of anything that would that can hit that. Cold blood. Aha. You know, it would have been great if I could have put this on my own creature. Alright, well, let me think. I'm taking 5 damage next turn. So, in theory, I might get another draw. Even if I get the Wolf Rider, drop it down, charge, cold blood, that's still only 7 damage. 8 damage with the dagger, my opponent's going to heal up to 10. So I can't personally think of anything that would allow me to win. But whatever, man. Oh no, that's extra damage. Okay, well anyway, that's the game. That was a good one. That was a good one. My opponent did a nice job. Can I give a well played in time? Okay. Anyway, I like this deck. This deck's fun. It's kooky. Really, my opponent had an epic, the Big Game Hunter, which I have to give him credit for drafting. And he drew it. And I had the epic that was a giant. So, like, if I hadn't had to trade in one of my 2/1s to kill his 4/2, like if he had just played Shadow Word Death for that 3 mana rather than putting a 4/2 on the board, I would have easily dealt enough damage to him to win. So it was just, I mean, maybe I made some misplays as well. But assuming that I played correctly, which is not necessarily a good assumption, really it was just like terrible luck with that epic. So that's a pretty good game. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, do please like and or subscribe. And if you want to see the rest of the games, they'll be posted shortly. We shall see you then.